Oh, we did it again! Hey, it's Andrew Rutten, editor-in-chief at TechRaptor with Asa Souther, staff writer at TechRaptor. Yep. We're here at PAX West. Saw some cool stuff. You can see our thoughts on Super Mario Brothers Wonder, sorry. And,
come on, get it right,
I don't want to get Nintendo mad. And then the Nintendo Live 2023, what the heck happened there? What was going on at the event? Is it worth going to? You can see our thoughts on it there. But right now, we're here to talk about Animal Well.
Yes, which is not at Nintendo Live.
No,
It's at PAX. Animal Well. So it's been around for a bit in development, but I think got more, is notoriety the right word? Coverage, because it's published by BigMode, which is Video Game Donkey's publishing label. Although, in my opinion, as much as I love Donkey, it should be looked at for its own merits, because developer Billy Basso has made something quite special, in my opinion. Yeah. First things first, what is Animal Well? It's a 2D platformer. It has a really nice kind of like retro look to it. Kind of like dark blue color scheme, a little gloomy.
Yeah, it's a gloomy look. I'd say it's definitely a retro look, but it's an updated, more modern pixel style for sure.
Yeah. It's got this like CRT filter almost on it, which I
a little bit, yeah.
Like.
It's true.
But why is it called Animal Well? There's just like a bunch of animals coming around, chilling out.
Well.
I guess it's wells, but it's a platformer, right? And you're just a little
like
slime.
a Metroidvania, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so sure yet. It definitely has that Metroidvania map to it.
But I didn't play it. I was watching Austin play it, and I was talking to developer Billy Basso while he was playing it. And it seemed like you could collect, you collect different items, or I don't know, maybe, there's probably power-ups, but items that would then get you somewhere, or interact with an animal that could be an obstacle or something like that.
So, for instance, I found firecrackers, and you could throw those, and there was these little wisps that were like trying to bug me, so I'd throw them, and they get like, oh shit, they go away. And I tried to use that on a dog. I'm a round slime guy. The dog really, I thought he was going to be friendly, but I guess he treated me like a ball and tore my ass up. Which is funny, because like, I'm thinking, what kind of other interactions will there be with other animals? There were these porcupines that were like, kind of like a classic Metroid enemy. They were like rotating around a platform.
Going around all four sides of a platform.
Yeah. If you throw a firecracker, they like kind of hide, and that allows you to platform easier. There's some places where I'm like looking for a key and to unlock certain doors and stuff. It all sounds very simple, but it's just a lot of fun. And what I found to be the coolest part about it, or one of the coolest parts about it. So I was a little curious why all the stations were on PS5. You don't really see that at PAX. You mostly see PCs.
Yeah, or like laptops, sitting on a laptop.
This was very deliberate. Man, that was a lot of PS5s though, right?
I was sitting there kind of like, damn, there's a lot of money in PS5 here.
But so they all were PS5. They all had DualSense controllers. That was immediately very deliberate, because it takes very good advantage of like the vibration capabilities on the controller. By the way, you can connect a DualSense controller to PC and get the same thing. Yep. But what I'm trying to say is, the little features that you get. So like, if you're running through grass in Animal Well, you'll feel it like on your controller. You'll feel it like brush, your hands, which is really cool. And like, there's just a certain feel to everything when you're moving around the environment that transfers over to your hands, and it's just like a really cool sensory experience. I've always loved the DualSense.
I think the sensory stuff is pretty. He had me check it out while he was playing, and it's very subtle. It's not like obvious. Like, one of the things is it gives you a little bit of a thud when you jump, or like when you land on something. But it's like I said, it's very subtle. I think it's one of those things that while you play it, you may not notice it, but it does. It does. It's another just thing that keys you into something that happened. Like, you have visual cues and audio clues, and this is like a haptic feedback clue
Yep.
of something that has happened. And it's super subtle, and I think it'll naturally just feel like it fits, and you'll forget about it. But if it were to go away, you'd be like, "Well, something's off. Something's wrong here." And I think it seemed like it felt so natural that it was great. It's one of the cooler, like it's so simply put in, but it's like one of the cooler haptics I've seen in a game that uses DualSense so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, it doesn't go crazy like Returnal does if you've ever played that with it, which is crazy, or Astro's Playroom. But like, what little it does adds a lot, which is really cool. I like to see how it's used in like later parts of the game, and that remains to be seen. But like, if you're looking to get the game whenever it comes out, which I'm personally very excited for now, I would say, try to get it on PS5 or use the DualSense because it'll add that much more to the experience.
Yeah. If you have it, I'd say if you have the ability to play a DualSense on PC or you have a PS5, those would be great experiences that adds to. I don't think you need to go buy a PS5 to play Animal Well. But if you have it, that would be a sweet platform to play it on, I think. Anything else by Animal Well?
Nope.
Okay.
No. I mean, like, I'm excited to see more. Especially, like I said, it's published by BigMode, and Donkey saw something in it. And in that video that he did, where he first announced his publishing label, he was saying that he's going to be very particular and get something that's special to him. And I don't know. I kind of feel like he has a good eye for things, and so far it seems like it's paying off with.
I think it's working. I saw Animal Well first before BigMode was involved, and thought it was super cool, and shared it among staff when I saw it. And I think it's another one of those cool projects where it's a passion project of one guy, Billy Basso. He has been in the game industry for a decade. He came from working on stuff at like NetherRealm, so Mortal Kombat. So,
which you wouldn't expect.
No, I was talking to him a little bit about that. I was like, whoa, so this is a big change from the goriness of something like Mortal Kombat. But it was one of those projects where he just started after working at night and was working on it until it became, what it is now.
Yeah. That's how a lot of good indies start, too.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that do that and it don't succeed, but it's very cool when someone does. And this seems like a game that's pretty smartly done and has a lot going on in it. Simple to look at, but it's got a lot of mechanics, I think, that people are going to keep finding as they play, and a lot of hidden stuff that they'll keep finding as they play.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen what it's capable of, but, if they just keep adding more to it, it can be something really special.
Well, that about wraps it up for Animal Well for us. Great indie game. There's a bunch of great indie games at PAX. Obviously, there's the bigger budget games, too. But indie games is what we get really excited about here. We'll be talking more about them in the future, and we're going to have a bunch of previews for a bunch of games that we saw, so if you're wanting to see something about games that you may not have ever heard of that we got our hands on, be sure to check back here, and we'll have more thoughts on a bunch more games. And, of course, you can come to TechRaptor for all the previews, reviews, guides, news, and all that good stuff that you want to read about games.
Peace.